Alright, guys, we're live, and so we have a lot of news to talk about today. We had the monthly calendar for July come out, care of gaming-fans.com, and we also had the July login character of the month revealed to us. So, uh, talking about the calendar for July, Commander Luke Skywalker Hero's Journey is coming back. It will actually start. Actually, it should have started today, apparently. I guess that's what I get for, not being actually in that event. But yeah, so that event started today, actually, and it will run all the way until July 4th. And then Daring Droid is also running at the same time. So, any of you guys who do not have your R2D2, definitely be working on those Empire characters that you still have yet to finish out to 5 or 7 stars. Hopefully, you're working towards that 7th star so that you can get your Commander Luke Skywalker. If by chance you don't happen to be at that point, hey, well, that's quite all right. We all started somewhere, and so hey, good luck, and I hope that you can get that 5th, 6th, or 7th star easily, quickly, and get yourself a Commander Luke Skywalker, because that's definitely what we all want to be working towards. Let me turn down the game volume right here on my self, because I'm drowning myself out here. Yeah, so I am pretty excited about doing that R2D2 legendary, because hey, we all like getting. Ooh, nice. Oh shoot, should have done the. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, so I like doing the mythic events. The mythic events are always really fun. I obviously always have a lot of fun with those, getting the extra gear and all that. I am pretty excited for the Mother Talzin event to come back around, though, because I think that will come with a Zeta ability mat. Now, I am kind of wasting a lot of energy here, whooping up on the enemy's Enfys Nest, because she's not gonna lose any health. I need her to take a turn, but I'm not too worried. I've run into teams like this before, and yeah, they'll probably kill Rex, but Rex usually dies anyway. So I mean, let's face it, Rex is a little squishy. But what is nice is Mother Talzin. So the cool thing about using Talzin with Enfys Nest, kind of going off on a little bit of a tangent here. Yep, there goes Rex. Whenever a character has Plague, they cannot have any negative status effects cleansed from them. So it's kind of nice having Mother Talzin with Enfys Nest, which means that those negative status effects will not be cleansed. Other nice thing about Mother Talzin is, you kind of kill everything even if they've got protection. So everything just kind of dies, and it just kind of dies kind of fast. So if I get lucky here, I'll get a big crit. Nope. She's gonna do her counterattack. That's okay. She loses her protection. Maybe just hit BB-8. He'll kill my GK. And let's see here. Boom. There we go. Let's see. Go ahead and do that. Strip some turn meter. Nope, that's not gonna happen. Alright. Let's go for enemy Enfys. There we go. Big crits from the Wampa. And ooh, so this is, oh dang it. So the other added bonus of having Wampa with Enfys Nest, so you have the expose, right? The expose is going on. This is gonna miss, but if I can get, gosh dang it, I can't get the BB-8 is too fast. But the nice thing about Wampa is that a lot of people forget that Wampa's basic will stun an enemy if they have expose, which Enfys Nest handily puts on her can apply with her basic. So let's go to Wampa here, and I'll show you what I mean. So Wampa's Wamp. If the target was exposed or staggered, stun them for 1 turn. That's extremely handy for using those exposes strategically with the Wampa, because if you can get the Wampa going right after your Enfys Nest, good things happen. You can stun lock enemies. You can keep tanks from taunting. It's pretty handy. I like my arena squad. It's probably one of the more dynamic arena squads that I've used in a while, and it's honestly it's just a lot of fun. At this point in the game, I'm not too interested in uh, you know I don't know. I don't really know how to put it. I'm not really interested in arena. Arena to me is kind of just I don't know. It is what it is, and so I prefer for it to be fun. Yeah, I could probably run Sith. I mean, I'd had run Sith in the past, but it gets boring because there's no real strategy involved. It's just pretty much button mashing and RNG. That's really all it is. Um, I hate opening Bronzium packs. I wish I could just open them all together. Um, but I just wanted it to be fun, so I changed up my squad a little bit. Let's see. So I really wish that there was more diversity in my fleet arena, but I don't really want to gear up my let's go from the bottom here. I don't really want to gear up my Akbar. I mean, I would run home 1, but that means I gotta gear up my freaking Akbar, and yeah, I could take him to gear 11, but I know I probably don't have all the gear that I would need for him at gear 11 to get to 12. I don't really want to use all that gear because my I guess I am about 5 Sith raids away from unlocking Treya, and I'm trying to save gear to get to Treya. Hopefully unlock her, get her as high as I can. But yeah, so um, I have been working on finishing on my ships table, and this battle was a little sketchy. I probably should have used a different lineup of ships, but yeah, that enemy Tarkin just yeah, man, I was not able to kill all those stupid TIE fighters before they all yeah, not a fan. So, at any rate, let's get back to the calendar. So, we've got Omega battles, we got a territory battles. Rebel Assault starts the 2nd of July. So, over your 4th of July weekend, if you live in the States, you'll be enjoying some territory battles. We have Defense of Dathomir, which I believe is the Mother Talzin event. So, I know that Gaming Fans has it listed as Heroic Defense of Dathomir, which is accurate. There is a heroic tier of the Defense of Dathomir, so that is accurate. There are more Omega battles, Assault battles, Places of Power, Rebel Roundup, special event Ghosts of Dathomir. That I believe is where you get the shards for the Spirit and the Zombie. More territory wars, puke, Omega battles. Emperor's Demise is coming back on July 12th. So if you guys are working towards your Emperor Palpatine, hopefully you've got your Phoenix squad, because if you're farming Rebels, you should be farming Phoenix, because Phoenix serves dual purpose. Not only are they extremely flexible in arenas at early levels, but they are also good for Thrawn, good for Palpatine, and they're required for territory battles. So farm your Phoenix. If you are a new player out there farming new characters and you don't know where to go, don't know what to farm for light side, they can even be used in light side battles. They're a great synergy squad that they just have a great PvE application. So definitely be farming your Phoenix. Emperor's Demise is there, which if you're farming your Phoenix and you get your Emperor Palpatine to 7 stars, well, gee, I wonder where you use Empire. R2D2. So if you are not quite at 5 7-star Empire, Palpatine is an easy one. Thrawn is a good second. So there's 2 7-star Empire right there in the bag. Next, we got more Omegas, Territory Battles, Imperial Retaliation does start on the 16th, so that is very nice. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, okay. So we do have 2 territory wars between that Territory Battles with the Rebels and then the Imperial Retaliation. So then we have more Assault Battles, Artist of War, Hondor Escalation, or Endor Escalation, which, yeah, Murder Bears. Not interested. Assault Battles, Mythic Artist of War, which I believe is your Thrawn event. So Thrawn is coming as well as Emperor Palpatine. So there you go, guys. Emperor Palpatine and Thrawn both next month. That is great news. You should be excited. I'm excited. If you haven't seen my Thrawn 7th tier guide, check it out. I'll definitely have to link that in. Let's go ahead and just link that now. Why not, right? Let's see. Go back to my channel. Where? Go ahead and get that link for you guys. In the meantime, let's go ahead and put something on autoplay real quick. Let's do some. We are going to, let's just do a quick battle here. And we'll borrow a little guy, throw in some characters. I know you guys are probably not interested in staring at a blank screen. So there we go. Boom. Bum, 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 bum. Come on. My internet is being kind of a punk. Let's see here. Come on. Bum, bum. Let's see here. Yeah, so checking out the chat here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I have totally not been paying attention to chat. I've been clicking around on channels and everything like that. I am getting my Thrawn guide for you guys real quick. Did I get a shard? That's what I really want to know. Did I get a shard? Let's see. Copy link location. Boom. There you go, guys. That is my Thrawn guide. If you are interested, I imagine a lot of you probably already have Thrawn. But yeah, okay, so let's go and do a fleet battle real quick. I will mess around with. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just friggin' do it, right? Let's just go ahead and take my Akbar to gear 11 after this battle. So this is my fleet lineup. I have seen some folks put their TIE advanced in like their first. Oh, Peep, you are awesome, dude. I appreciate it. That's probably my first stream donation, so huge thanks, man. Awesome. Really appreciate it. I use my TIE fighter. I'm aware that I think it's broken. Not 100% sure if it is or not. I've seen bug reports that people claim that it's not getting the dodge that it should be getting. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't really track that all that much. Let's see, where's the dodge? I know it's down here somewhere. Deflection. Oh, dodge stands right there. Oh yeah, so they nerfed it into the ground. I did not realize that they nerfed the TIE fighter that bad. It was like 47% dodge chance, and now it's only 25 or whatever. But yeah, okay, all right. Well, any rate, obviously this is a target lock scheme that seems to be pretty much still the meta for the arena tables at the time. I am using the scimitar. I have enough to give all allies 25%. Yep, that's happening. Dunskers! Yes, the login character for July is HK47. Let's talk about that. Does it mean that we're getting more KOTOR characters? That's a good question. That is a very good question. We're going to go ahead and give everybody extra protection as well. What else can we do? Crit hit immunity for the target ally if they are Sith. Yep, that's going to happen. All right, so we're just tossing out the Omegas today. All right, but yes, HK47, does that mean that we're getting a new KOTOR character? So RSG Vormax, let me get you the link real quick for that, sir. Events calendar. This is care of, as I said, gaming-fans.com. They have a contract. They are also a game changer, who is focused primarily on getting events calendars and stuff like that up. So Gaming-Fan is a really cool dude, actually. Very awesome. And it's really cool having him as a game changer, finally, because I've seen his website. I've used his website in the past. It's just really awesome to have somebody who is providing that alternate medium, because a lot of us game changers are YouTubers, or we live stream or whatever. Yes, The Last Jedi, the second best Star Wars film. I'm sure you all saw that headline. But yes, The Last Jedi is on Netflix. I thought that was kind of interesting. Oh, this is going to be an easy one. I'm really digging those. I think those Omegas were worth it. So yeah, The Last Jedi is on Netflix. I thought that was kind of funny. If any of you are not following prequel memes on Reddit, it's hilarious. There was a rather funny picture that was posted on prequel memes of the article headline, the second best Star Wars movie is now on Netflix, and it then had a screenshot of Obi-Wan in episode 3 when he's doing or was it episode 2? It was episode 2 when he's in the Jedi archives. Hey, Deadpool, dude, thanks for the donation, man. That's incredible. I really, really appreciate it. So it was a scene where Kenobi's in the archives looking for the planet that the clones are being built on Kaminoa, and it's hilarious because then it shows like a search bar for Netflix and it says Revenge of the Sith, and Revenge of the Revenge of the Sith. Gosh, man, I'm tired today. Uh, and it says impossible. Archives must be incomplete because obviously Revenge of the Sith is not on Netflix. So yeah, I thought that was funny. Do they now? See, I have not been paying attention. I knew that Coco got added to Netflix not too long after it was released. Only reason I know that is because I have 4-year-old twins that loved Coco. I actually thought Coco was pretty awesome too myself. Not gonna lie, no shame in my game. I thought Coco was awesome. I thought it was a great movie. But yeah, that's awesome. I did not know that all Disney movies dropped to Netflix 6 months after their release. That's good to know. Good to know. Now I imagine that will probably change January of next year when Disney has its new streaming service available. But you know, Disney's got to get its money somehow, right? Apparently they're buying Fox for like 70 something billion dollars, or I don't even remember. Maybe it was either 40 something or 70 million dollars. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, I knew that. I saw that Ragnarok dropped in. I didn't realize that it was after 6 months. So, hey, we all learned something today. Disney movies go to Netflix 6 months after they drop. So there you go. Good to know. Good to know. Yeah, so I can squirrel. HK47. Does it mean that we're getting KOTOR? I don't think so. We just got some extended universe KOTOR characters in February, and they tend to stick to a pattern. they being CG. So I'm not expecting any more KOTOR characters to come out before next February, but I have been surprised in the past, so it's possible. More likely, yes, I am with you, Deadpool. I think that we're gonna get a droid rework. Or we could get a droid and a separatist rework. Yeah, that would be awesome. That would be incredible. Especially considering we just got IG-88 reworked recently. We've had several new droids released to the game, which enhances the droid faction as a whole. So we don't really need a droid rework, especially considering that really the only droid that would need a rework is IG-86. If IG-86 got a little tweak and HK-47 got a little tweak. No, see, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it, bro. I'm getting to it. I think we need a separatist rework because, hear me out, General Grievous is a separatist, so you get the General Grievous rework. That's really the only other droid besides 86 that needs a rework, right? 86, 47, and Grievous being the only droids that really need a rework. But 86, he still hits super hard. So I don't really think that 86, and honestly, if the only thing that they could really do to make 86 better is tweak his damage output just a teeny bit, right? I think that would make him better because let's face it, 86 did hit stinking hard, right? He was one of the hardest hitting droids. I need to. Yeah, okay. Oh, no. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. This is not going the way I wanted it to. Let's see here. If I can get that to stick. Okay. Yeah, so yeah, I'm hoping that we get a separatist rework because separatists includes Grievous. It also gets us a possibility of not just a Grievous. Oh man, this match is really not going my way. I do not know what happened with my Enfys Nest. My Enfys Nest is rocking 186 speed, so I do not know why. Okay, finally. This may be able to turn the tides of battle. If I can get... Oh, that's not... Nope, this battle's over. There we go. See, so sometimes RNG can just screw you right in the pooch. But yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, there are so many good separatists. You've got Dooku, who really, let's face it, his damage output is pathetic. So bad. I mean, I've got my Dooku like one piece of gear away from gear 12, and it's just. Login character is HK-47, Flubba. Master Goku. How's it going, buddy? You're on my fleet shard. Are you how far away from me on my sheet fleet? Fleet shard, sheet flard. Yeah. See that battle just did not go my way. And it's happens. But yeah. So login characters HK-47. I think that a separatist rework would be outstanding. And if they somehow worked an HK-47 rework into it, maybe just tweaked him a tiny bit, that would be awesome. I think his damage output could probably use a little bit of a tweak, maybe his health, because he does either increase his health or increase his damage. Because let's face it, HK-47, his ideal role in a Master Kylo. Okay. Let me go see where you at. Where you at? I think I see you. I see him. I'm not gonna lie. I hit you every once in a while because you're in my way. I'm not. I really don't try super hard to climb super far. I know you're in here somewhere. Where are you? Where are you? I'm gonna find you. Warford. I hit that guy every once in a while too. There's me. Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh, you must be just out of the top 50 because I know you're in there. I know you're up here every once in a while. But yeah, so anyway, so HK-47, his ideal role on a droid squad is a tank, right? He's high health. Oh, maybe I missed you. Oh, there it is. I did. I scrolled past way too fast. Uh, that's awesome, man. Top 10. What fleet are you running? What fleet you running? Yes. Okay. So, there. I don't know how much you guys follow on Twitter. It looks like you're pretty much running a similar fleet to mine. Um, you use do you use Slave One uh as a reinforcement or what you run? What you run? Go ahead and let us know what uh your fleet arena is there, man. But go ahead and post it for us. But yeah, so if you guys follow many Star Wars folks on Twitter, there is supposedly going to be a Clone Wars panel at at some Star Wars convention or maybe Star Wars Celebration. I don't recall, but yeah, TIE silencer and command shuttle. See, I'm working on the command shuttle. I'm still farming that thing. So I am pretty optimistic that we may get some more Clone Wars content, which separatists, hey, yes, Coyote Mundi would be awesome. I would love to see Shak T. There are tons of clones that are not in the game that could be in the game. Uh, we have a bunch of separatists that could be added. We don't have a B1 battle droid. I mean, come on, guys. There's some. There's a ton of separatist, tons of content really from the Clone Wars. Hondo, anyone? Come on, guys. There's so much Clone Wars content that could still come to the game. So all of that is pretty exciting. I would love to see a Separatist rework, and so that's kind of my roundabout logic on why I think that we could be getting a Separatist rework this month. If not this month, hopefully HK means General Grievous rework because I know Honnold 2101 would absolutely lose his lunch if they did a General Grievous rework. And you know they're going to give him the exclusive release on that information. So if there is a General Grievous rework in the, oh yes, Krell, Pong Krell, I would love to see a freaking, not just dual wielding lightsabers, dual wielding double bladed lightsabers. Yes, so Flubba 11, you kind of came into the stream just a little bit late. The Emperor's Demise event is coming. It is coming this month. Oh, sorry, I say this month. I mean July 12th. And shortly thereafter, July 19th, you'll have the Artist of War. So you have both uh, Emperor Palpatine and Thrawn coming back next month. Yes, a pirate faction would be awesome. I would love to see the maybe they do the gosh dang, what's their name? That goofy character. Let's see, what is she? The Mob Enforcer. Mob Enforcer. See, I would love to see the Mob Enforcer added as a pirate character because let's face it, she is kind of a pirate, right? But any rate, I would love to see some more Clone Wars content because honestly, the Clone Wars TV show was probably some of my favorite Star Wars content, and in my opinion, it really takes the Attack of the Clones, the movie Episode 2, to a whole new level because you think about it, and the Episode 2 was interesting, and Episode 3 was interesting, but when you're talking about uh, having the Clone Wars really ties those two movies together. It ties them together incredibly, and I think it only helps make Star Wars as a whole better because let's face it, yeah, the prequels gets a lot of hate when in reality, um, Clone Wars was awesome. Like the Clone Wars TV show was super fun, and my TIE Advanced is about to die. This is no good. No good. let's go ahead and call in. Let's not gonna cloak, but at least we'll get some taunt out on my keep taunt going. Let's see. Ooh, that was not good. Let's get some target locks up. Yep, there he goes. Alright, let's hopefully kill something. Alright. Unfortunately gave some turn meter to the enemy. Yeah, this is not going the way I wanted it to. Let's call in. Let's call in my own Boba Fett. Let's see. Let's get the chat up. What else is going on? 5 Hans. Yeah, I know, right? Give us another in underwater gear. Yeah, that episode of the Clone Wars is actually a really fun one. I enjoyed that episode a lot. Credit Heist unfortunately does not get listed on the on the events. This battle's over. I'm gonna lose. Let's just yeah. The Sith Inquisitor would be awesome. But that's from Rebels. Yep, that battle did not go the way I wanted it to. Yeah. So the nice thing about having Shaak Ti, if Shaak Ti came to the game, I think that Shaak Ti would be included in a Clone Wars rework. Or not a Clone Wars rework, but maybe a Galactic Republic rework, or maybe just a Clone Trooper rework. Clone Troopers, let's face it, the Clone Troopers, so bad, so bad. I mean, let me just show you some of the atrocities that come with the Clone Wars or the Clone Troopers. All right, you want to see some BS? This is BS. Echo, he can cleanse people, right? Deal special damage to all enemies and dispel all positive status effects on them, right? 4-turn cooldown. WTF? Ugh. Yeah, so I need it. And you know what's BS? I'm not using the TIE silencer, right? And my freaking Kylo is borderline. I mean, aside from a couple pieces of gear, and I don't really count these pieces of gear because let's face it, I'm not getting any of these pieces of gear anytime soon. My Kylo is stacked, right? But what I want to do is I need to get his reinforcement abilities boosted, and run a few other first order characters and ships in my lineup. I need to get my first order TIE fighter. I need to get my TIE pilot probably to gear 12. But gosh dang, that's a lot of gear. God, he chews up so much gear. Um, I don't know, man. I kind of don't like the fact that they went down to 3 ships in your starting lineup, but it does kind of add that, it makes it a little more difficult to just run what you want. The downside of First Order is that they don't really have any good taunt. Like, you have to run a tank with the other character. You can only run like maybe the command shuttle with the TIE fighter, the First Order TIE fighter, and then run like the TIE silencer as your first reinforcement or something. Uh, Riot control First Order would be a lot of fun. Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess we're giving them that ability. That was fun. I guess we'll go with another 10% term leader too. Why not, right? Cool. All right, so let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Ready? F it. Let's do it. Gear 11. Holy crap! So this is what happens when you stockpile gear. You see all these little green pluses, and then you go, well, why don't I just level him up? Because, well, why not, right? Except he needs freaking 2 Mark IV Sinar? Sinar? Well, I don't know. Of course. Let's see. Nope, not getting that anywhere. Okay, so now I know that Akbar is a freaking gear hog. Oh, man. You know, if I used his capital ship in arenas, I might do it. I might take him to gear 12. But I don't use my Akbar in arenas because my Thrawn is already maxed. So, yeah, I mean, he is really, really good. I believe it. Yes, on offense, I have seen Warriors videos. Admiral Akbar, Home One. They're just stupid good. On offense, looks like I have a Zeta ability. Yes. All right, guys, you are about to witness this. You are about to witness the most embarrassing thing ever. My Barris Offie. I did not have my Barris Zeta'd. That is no longer the fact. Barris has a Zeta, gosh dang it. Oh man. So I went ahead, yeah, so ask me why. Ask me why. Ask me why I Zeta'd my Barris. I'll tell you. Okay, so I Zeta'd my Barris because you pretty much need it for territory wars because Barris can make a squad on defense turn into a oh my gosh, just kill this team already team, right? Because a Barris Zeta just F's with people's offense. It's so annoying. So I am now part of the Zeris crew. That's right. Zeta Barris, Z Barris, whatever you want to call her. I am now part of the Zeta Barris crew. So, yeah. So, hey, yeah, 3.1 mil. I'm getting up there somewhere, sometime. I know that's kind of like whale status. Like, you know, everybody's like, oh, you're not a whale until you have 3 million GP. Well, I'm not a whale. I will tell you that right now. I have not spent any money on this game in actually about 8 months, almost 9 now. Actually, about 9 months. Yeah. So that's just 2.5 years of gameplay. That's what that is. But yeah, so let's talk about my Zetas real quick. I'm gonna cap this real quick because I think I'm gonna actually split this off into a separate video so that folks can just watch this and kind of just see why I have the Zetas that I have because a lot of players don't know how to spend their Zetas because Zetas are kind of hard to get. Zetas take a while, especially if you're a new player. If you just unlocked your fleet arena, Zetas are going to be super slow. You're not going to be starting to really farm Zetas uh, until you get to the mid 80s, I would say. I mean, maybe you are really lucky and you are real competitive in Fleet Arena and you can farm Zeta mats a little bit easier. But to really be competitive Fleet Arena, you also have to be investing your fleet currency in your ships. So you can't always spend all of your fleet currency on Zeta mats. So you gotta be very particular and very deliberate in how you Zeta your characters, which characters you Zeta, because it is an investment. It's an investment. There's no takey backsies. Yeah, so let's break it down. Let's go just in order of character power because I think that's the way I got it. So actually, no, favorites up top. So let's go in order of character power and break it down. My first Zeta. That is a fantastic question. My very first Zeta was actually Darth Maul or Darth Vader. Sorry, gosh, man, I can't. I was just thinking of my worst Zeta. Darth Vader was my very first Zeta. I actually Zeta'd his leader ability first because that was around the time that you could solo the Rancor with Darth Vader's Zeta because it was broken. He was giving more turn meter reduction than he should have been, and so Zeta Vader, can't talk today, was my first Zeta. It is still a very useful Zeta. I use it a lot in territory battles. I love to combine Wampa with Darth Vader in territory battles, and I'll get to that in a little bit when I talk about Wampa and his Zeta that I have. Because Vader not only adds increased turn meter reduction, that is unresistible, which is always nice, but damage over time basically cannot be removed with a Vader Zeta. So I love that one. His unique is also Zetaed, and I like this one because it makes him immune to turn meter reduction. Unfortunately, what that means is when an enemy Enfys Nest, or when your Enfys Nest, my Enfys Nest, tries to strip turn meter from an enemy Vader, ain't gonna happen. So he also recovers 5% health whenever damage over time effect expires. Yeah. So combining that with his leader ability, when and I mean those the timer damage over time does expire, it just gets reapplied. So every time those damage over time effects are expiring, he gets a boatload of health back because all of those time damage over times are expiring at all times, and then they're just getting reapplied, which means a couple turns later he's going to get more health back. So Vader, both Zetas are good. If you are on the fence for a first Zeta, I would not go with Vader though. At this point in the game, yes, when I got my first Zeta ability and Vader was my first choice, he was one of the better Zetas in the game. Obviously, the game has evolved immensely since then because that was about a year and a half ago. So game has changed a ton. Vader's Zeta is good. Don't get me wrong, it is good, but it is not top 5 in my opinion. Next up, Palpatine. Palpatine has got 2 Zetas, I believe. Does he have 2? Yes, 2 Zetas. One on his leader, which, let's face it, Zeta Palp lead is it's meta, right? So it is definitely one of the top Zetas in the game, especially if you're running Sith. Even if you're not running Sith, if you're running Empire with your Palp, they're still getting the bonus. The Empire and Sith allies gain 5%. So it's great. It is a very good Zeta. His unique Zeta. So this one is good, but not great. I would say that this is an optional Zeta, especially for running him in arenas. What is really nice about this Zeta, it's very similar it's similar to the Palpatine, or not Palpatine, but Darth Sidious Zeta. So it's similar in that he gains 50% max protection. Now, it's not exactly the same as Darth Sidious, but it is a similar mechanic. A lot of protection gain there. And then when he inflicts shock, gains 5% max protection. Doesn't gain protection. It's not protection gain, it's max protection gain. So he's not increasing the amount of protection he has on currently. So if he's at 30% protection, he's still only going to be at that amount of protection. He's not going to get up bumped up to 35% protection. His max protection is going to get increased. So unless you have a way for Palpatine to regain health and protection, having a Thrawn on your team or something, it's not going to replenish his protection. So inflicting shock it's not a mechanic that I'm a real big fan of. The only real reason that you do that Zeta is to give him the extra 50% protection so he's not so squishy in arenas. Now Thrawn. Thrawn's lead is good. It's a great Zeta, but I am in the camp that is the opinion that his leader Zeta is okay. Where it's really, really good is if you're going to run a Thrawn lead against a squad that inflicts a boatload of status effects. So, running him against an enemy Sith squad, I know that Arnold 2101 has demoed how mind-blowingly good Thrawn Zeta lead is during when you're fighting an enemy Palpatine. So that's a good one. His unique ebb and flow. Honestly, I didn't Zeta this ability until last month, or maybe earlier this month. So this was a Zeta that honestly I didn't see as a mandatory. This is, in my opinion, a 100% optional Zeta. Uh, what's going on, man? Cobra, guys, how's it going? Xylo takedown in the house. Let's talk about Kylo Ren unmasked. Best First Order leader, really the only First Order leader in the game. Captain Phasma was quickly dethroned when Kylo Ren Unmasked joined the game. His leader ability is bonkers. 15% crit damage, 5 speed, 5% turn meter gain, and when a First Order ally gains a status effect, they gain health and protection. Not quite OP, but it's pretty stinking good. And his unique, any character that can pre-taunt is instantly a top character in the game. One of the top characters in the game. And this unique nobody puts Phasma in a corner. I haven't seen a whole lot of Phasma rocking it in Territory Wars. That's all I'm gonna say. But yeah, so any character that pre-taunts is instantly one of the top tanks in the game. So this unique Zeta, gosh, this unique Zeta puts Kylo Ren Unmasked out of the good First Order character column and puts him into the good character all around column. I have actually seen. Yeah, I think we all know what you mean, Chrome. Yes, anyway, we're not going to talk about that. Yeah, so I have actually seen Kylo Ren unmasked, popped out of First Order squads, and actually run as a primary tank in an arena squad. So he is good, and do not underestimate Kylo Ren unmasked. Asajj Ventress. Now, if you have been following me for a long time, we're talking like a long time, you know that I have a soft spot for Asajj Ventress. I had been calling for an Asajj rework since June or July of 2016. So 2 years ago, I made my first call for an Asajj Ventress rework. So when the Night Sisters got reworked, and Asajj didn't really get a rework. I'm sorry, but adding defense down on her AoE is not a rework. Her heal. This is what I proposed. 2 years ago, mind you, 2 years ago, I proposed that rather than having whatever silly mechanics that it's got, it strips all the enemy buffs. What I had proposed was adding not just healing herself, because at the time she only healed herself. Now she heals all of her Night Sister allies. Okay, that's great, but we want Asajj to be good, not just with Night Sisters. That's what I wanted. Because there aren't that many dark side healers, and Asajj really could have filled that void, right? I wanted her heal to heal all allies. Heck, even restrict that to just dark side allies. I don't care. But I wanted her to heal more than just herself and more than just other Night Sisters. I also wanted her to grant her allies buffs based on how many positive status effects she dispelled. Imagine that for a second. If she dispels one buff, like say the enemy only has one enemy has taunt, right? Which really in this at this point in the game, Asajj will never be stripping only one buff, especially against like JTR teams, CLS teams, Rex teams. She would be bonkers. If she dispelled three or more buffs or three buffs, she gives all allies speed up. If she dispels four buffs, she gives all allies speed up and defense up. The possibilities were endless. She could be so much better. But I digress. Now she gets defense down. Cool, whatever. And she heals her allies. Oh, yay. Night Sister allies, though. Where she's really, really good, though, is in her leader ability. Her leader ability is basically a Darth Vader knockoff, similar, but she also gets a bunch of turn meter. Night Sister allies gain 30 speed, 30 offense, and gain 50% turn meter when they fall below 100% health, and have a 50% chance to remove 20% turn meter. This turn meter cannot be resisted. So she gives Night Sister allies additional turn meter, and she strips turn meter from the enemies. So that is kind of cool. She's really handy, especially in dark side territory battles. Running a Saj lead in dark side territory battles can be super good. It's crazy good combination. Her unique did get a decent tweak. I mean, let's be honest, it was not great before, and it's okay now. The reason I say it's okay now is because of this little bit right here. Until the end of the encounter. If that had been until the end of the battle, she would be so much better. Her use in territory battles would be through the freaking roof. Because imagine, okay, so we all know that young Han Solo can do ridiculous damage in territory battles. Ridiculous damage by wave 6 because he keeps that offense and that crit damage up until the end of battle. So why can't Asajj get it until the end of battle? No, it gets reset every wave. Great. Okay. Either way, Asajj, still one of my favorite characters. I took her to Gear 12 even before she got the rework, so when she still was not great. And honestly, I have been asking for a Bounty Hunter Asajj for a freaking long time. Bounty Hunter Asajj would be so awesome. Her Bounty Hunter armor was cool. If you guys have not seen the Clone Wars TV show, just Google Bounty Hunter Asajj Ventress. You'll thank me. Rey Jedi training. I only have her leader ability, Zeta. That's the only Zeta I have on my Jedi training Rey. So it is what it is. I, I don't really participate much in the Sith raid, so I don't really do a whole lot there. Yeah, Rey Jedi training. Commander Luke Skywalker, same thing. I only have his It Binds All Things Zeta because, let's face it, it's really one of the best Zetas because whenever he resists a detrimental effect, he recovers 5% protection, and whenever he inflicts a debuff, gains 10% turn meter, and all other allies gain half that amount. Not other light side allies, not other rebel allies. All other allies gain 5% turn meter whenever he inflicts a debuff, which he inflicts debuffs on his basic and his special, and not just one. So that's a lot of turn meter for his allies, a lot of turn meter for himself. It just makes him incredibly awesome, badass. I don't know, whatever. Mother Talzin, her leader ability, because her leader ability is wicked. I mean, look at how much space that leader ability takes up on the text screen. Yeah, so this one just makes Night Sisters hecka freaking awesome, hella freaking awesome. It also makes them very annoying because whenever a Night Sister ally uses a basic attack, it revives a random Night Sister, and if they kill somebody, they all come back to life. So, yeah, that's a pretty wicked leader ability, and Mother Talzin is one of my other favorite characters. R2-D2, so I am of the small minority that does not have combat analysis Zetaed, mostly because it's another optional in my opinion. Not that great. However, number crunch is a mandatory. If you got R2-D2 and you don't have number crunch Zeta, that is, if you're running a light side in arenas, heck, if you're running a light side anywhere and you're running R2-D2 as part of your squad, number crunch is mandatory. Gotta have it. It is a huge. I think I still have. Yes, I do. The July schedule is still on my clipboard. There you go. Enjoy it. Yeah. So Wampa. Okay, so I mentioned Wampa when I was talking about Vader's Zeta, and this is why. Blah 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 blah. His unique Zeta. Oh look, I got my bonus energy now. His unique Zeta. Wampa has a 10% counter chance, 5% health steal, and 5% offense for each damage over time effect on each enemy. Right. So that's a lot of counter chance, a lot of health steal, a lot of offense. That just means that he's doing a lot of damage, especially in territory battles when you're rocking about, I don't know, a dozen or so damage over times. Flubba, Take it easy. Thanks for joining us. Hopefully you can join me next week when I'm streaming. Have no idea what I'm going to be streaming next week. Maybe I'll stream some Battlefront. I have been meaning to do the campaign. Yes, that game has been out for a very long time, and I haven't done the campaign yet. But yes, Wampa Zeta. Awesome. I like it. I like it a lot. Han Solo. Top 5 Zetas in the game. This one is on it. Just because it's so stinking fun. Yeah. Han Solo, he obviously gains that additional 10% crit chance, and the first time each turn Han uses his basic attack, he attacks again, dealing 50% less damage. But what makes that a doozy is that if the target has less than 50% turn meter, he does 75% more damage. So he pretty much basically does more damage with his second hit, sometimes, than he did with the first time hit. Yes, Machine Gun Han. This is one of the more fun Zetas in the game, and it makes soloing the Rancor so easy. Yeah, lots of turn meter reduction. Not a fan of that. Okay, so yeah, no spoilers. It's canon, and I want to do the campaign because I want the story. I want to see this story. That means I'm probably going to be doing it on easy mode because I'm really just playing through it for the story. And I haven't played first-person shooters in a very long time, so it'd be probably a little embarrassing how bad it would be. So yeah, we'll talk about that later. Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum, she was an Impulse Zeta, and no regrets. Cooldown -1, the target can't evade, and has minus 50% armor against this attack. Yeah, this is, yeah, just so much fun. This Zeta was fun. Absolutely zero regrets from doing it. Might have waited a little bit before doing it because there were some other Zetas that I kind of wanted to do. But yeah. Ahsoka Tano, one of my favorite characters in Star Wars, period, hands down, bar none. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Dave Filoni is a mastermind. He is so awesome. I love the way that he tells stories. I love the way that he writes. He's a genius. So the Clone Wars, Rebels, Ahsoka, she's awesome. Just putting it out there. Ahsoka's awesome. Darth Nihilus, his unique, most underrated Zeta in the game. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Most underrated Zeta in the game. That is one more damage, negative status effect when cleansed gives turn meter under a Palpatine lead, and forces an enemy Thrawn to use his silly cleanse ability on AI when you're fighting a Thrawn on defense. It's just a lot of fun. It is so much fun. I zero regrets for Darth Nihilus unique. It's awesome. Yes, Dave Filoni indeed is a Star Wars Grandmaster. Yes, he is. Yes, Asajj for Sith Raid. She is very, very good. Talzin for Territory Wars. Yes. Talzin, you got to have Talzin on for offense on Territory Wars. So Kylo Ren, the OG Kylo. Unstoppable is not the Zeta, it is Outrage. Outrage, plus 15% damage and recover protection equal to the damage dealt. At I would say probably about 6 months ago, this was also one of the top 5 Zetas in the game. Not so much anymore because he is so easy to stun lock. There are so many different ways to prevent him from gaining that turn meter, and he used to be able to solo phase 1 of the heroic AAT, and they fixed that. They nerfed him basically. So Kylo Ren masked. Right? Did I say Kylo Ren unmasked? I might have. OG Kylo, emo Kylo, is no longer one of the top Zetas in the game. He sat in that throne of top 3, possibly even Zetas in the game. but he is no more. But he is still a very, very fun Zeta. This is one of those Zetas that is just a lot of fun to play with. So it's not a mandatory, definitely just a fun Zeta. Director Krennic, his leader ability is just too much fun. I love his leader Zeta. Uh, Empire allies recover 10% protection whenever they score a critical hit. Combine that with his 25% critical chance, and Krennic's leader can definitely be a longevity booster, especially in territory battles. I have a lot of fun with Krennic. Dooku. This was another Impulse Zeta, just because, hey, why not? The downside is that he does not do a lot of damage. His basic does a whopping like 3,000 damage. It's pathetic. It's just so pathetic. You saw Count Dooku when I put that battle on auto in Cantinas. It was just so bad, so bad. Yeah, it's just so bad. I really hope that there's a Separatist rework, just so that Count Dooku can not suck. BB-8, roll with the punches. Gotta have that for running him with Jedi Training Ray. Just gotta have it. Darth Sidious, this was another Zeta that I did very early on because I ran Vader, Sidious, and a handful of other Sith and Empire in arenas, believe it or not, once upon a time. His 100% turn meter gain chance and 50% potency, and then gain max health equal to the potency percentage. So if you boost his potency, like moi, to 69.64% potency, that's 47% potency, right? So you add his unique additional 50% potency, that is almost 120% potency, which means he gains bonus, was it bonus health or bonus? See, this is how long I've used it's been, yeah, max health equal to the potency. Now, what's nice about this is he also gains health, ridiculous health, whenever an enemy dies. Recovers 20% of his max health and gains 50% turn meter whenever an enemy is defeated. Yes, Sidious is a lot of fun. That Zeta is a lot of fun. Not mandatory, obviously, because Sidious doesn't really get a whole lot of game time, but using him in territory battles, that Zeta makes him a lot less squishy. Zeta Finn, still one of the best Zetas in the game. If you are a new player, farm Resistance, farm your Phoenix squad, Zeta your Finn. Best PvE investment Zeta you will ever make in the game. No Boba Fett Zeta yet. I'm going to Zeta him eventually because he's on my fleet arena. That'll be mostly for his pilot skills. Qui-Gon Jinn. This is a Zeta that I used. I gave him a Zeta. I think it was the second light side territory battle. Because I thought, oh, I'll just Zeta him. I'll be able to use, I'll make Jedi one of my other light side territory battle squads, right? No, I think it was like phase 4. I tried using Jedi in territory battles. Got stomped. So bad. But it is nice for the new rework, the Separatist. I do not recall which assault battles it is, but it is the one where you fight the Separatists, and now you have to use Galactic Republic or Jedi, whatever. It is nice for that. It is a good PvE Zeta, but just not as good as it could be because Jedi aren't as good as they could be. Easy there, yeah. General Kenobi has no Zetas, but he has room for Zetas. I do not think he'll get Zetas, though. I really don't. His leader ability has a room for a Zeta, as does his unique. Yeah, they might give him Zetas when they do a Jedi rework. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Imperial Probe Droid, Zeta, lots of fun. It goes on his detect. No, it doesn't. It goes on his Imperial Logistics. Missed, you're an idiot. While Imperial Probe Droid is active, target locked enemies can't gain buffs. It's basically a buff immunity. It's nice, it's useful, it's handy. Yeah, other than that, Darth Maul Zeta. Let's be honest here. Darth Maul Zeta, for a lot of people, this Zeta was incredible because of Darth Maul Zeta. God, I can't talk today. Darth Maul Zeta was meta for a long time until they released R2D2 in the game. Darth Maul Zeta reigned supreme because dodge. Who doesn't love dodge? Everybody doesn't love dodge. Everybody hates dodge. When R2D2 came to the game, it was a godsend. I Zeta'd my Darth Maul, but I didn't have my Sith Assassin geared. And the only real reason that you had a Darth Maul Zeta kicking butt in arenas is because Sith Assassin was so stinking fast. With the Darth Maul Zeta, just gave her 20% turn meter right off the bat. Meant that 99 times out of 100 she went first against any other squad unless they also had a Sith Assassin. And then she would do her little go to stealth, give everybody turn meter, and then you just get wrecked by enemy Sith. It was absurd. So I did not have my Sith Assassin geared, so my Darth Maul was absolutely useless for me. I Zeta'd him, and then it just sucked. Jyn Erso, her Zeta leader, is great for territory battles. Yes, since you have to use Rogue One for Phase 6, her Zeta makes that battle a lot easier. I should probably take her to Gear 11, but whatevs. General Veers, his Zeta, if you're running troopers, got to have the the General Veers Zeta. It's mandatory. Gotta have it. Just gotta have it. General or Grand Moff Tarkin has Zeta abilities. However, none of them are Zeta'd on my account. Barriss Offee, I just Zeta'd her. Y'all know about Zaris. Darth Sion, y'all know about Sion. Anytime an enemy hits Sion, they get inflicted with pain. Yes, at the end of each turn, any enemy that attacked Darth Sion gets pain. Pain. Enfys Nest. So awesome. Not only is her character in Solo just a great character in Solo. Probably one of the only really good, interesting characters in Solo, other than Chewbacca. But so awesome. In game, just so awesome. Like, I cannot emphasize how great it is that CG finally released another arena viable character, and not just in this particular squad. Enfys Nest is so versatile, and I love it. I love having a character that is as versatile as Enfys Nest. Now, she is not impossible to kill. As much as everybody screamed when she first came out, oh my god, she's so hard to kill. Yeah, maybe she is a little overrated as a character, but when you put her in the right squad, she super shines. Like, she's so good. When you combine her with Wampa, her basic can allow Wampa to stun. When you use her with Mother Talzin, that means that her daze isn't being cleansed. When you, she can avoid taunt. Her Zeta, she can avoid taunt. It's so great. I love Enfys Nest. I know I'm probably gushing here, but Enfys Nest is probably one of my new favorite characters in the game. She's just a lot of fun. As for Solo, I liked it. I thought Solo completely outdid The Last Jedi, in my opinion. The box office numbers, I know, don't show that, but Solo, in my opinion, was better than The Last Jedi. I stand by that assessment. I stand by those words, and I will continue to stand by my opinion in that regard. So I have been streaming now for quite a while. I think it's going on almost an hour now. We've gone off on about 50 different tangents. Squirrels were running back and forth across my room. I just kind of got distracted left and right. I thought Solo was a lot of fun. If you want me to go in a little bit more depth, I will make a separate video on that. But it was just so much fun. I think that there could have been a little bit more effort done in character development. The movie, obviously, spoiler alert, Han and Chewie make it out alive. That was kind of a given. So a lot of the mystery there, and like, oh my gosh, are they gonna make it? Are they gonna be okay? All that mystery was kind of gone, but you couldn't really have that kind of suspense in a movie that is about characters that you already have seen their future. You know what I mean? So I think that Ron Howard did a pretty good job with what he had. I really am kind of I really wish that we could have seen the first version of Solo that got scrapped. Yeah, I know that it wasn't complete. They only got maybe a quarter of the way or halfway through the original two directors that got sacked. Um, I oh man, I really would have liked to see that version of Solo because it rubbed Kathleen Kennedy the wrong way, and I can just only imagine how fun it would have been to rub her the wrong way. But either way, the Solo we got was fun. It was a lot of fun. I know I'm repeating myself. So if you haven't seen it, if it's still out in a theater near you, go see it. It was a lot of fun. The Last Jedi was, yeah, you can watch my review on that. Akbar should have survived and flown the Raddus, but that's my own opinion. I know everybody has their own opinion. Um, I, episode 9. I've got very mixed feelings about episode 9. I don't quite know what to expect. I'm setting my expectations very low because low expectations means lots of room for, being excited, being impressed. So, yeah, we're just gonna leave it at that. So, Bosk is currently my project that I'm working on right now. Obviously, he's not farmable yet. The only place you can get his shards are out of shipments in the chromium packs. So hopefully he'll get there. Yeah, so hey, Rose. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting distracted by the comments. Um, yeah, so let's see. Oh, holy smokes. Okay, yeah, let's do this. Let's go ahead and request some stun guns. Okay, all right, this is my pet peeve here, right? I talked about this last stream. Don't request these. Don't be that guy in your guild that's requesting these salvage. You can get 25 pieces of salvage for 200 guild currency. 5 complete thermal detonators for 200 currency. So, yeah, I might just clean these out of my queue and just clean those things out of my inventory. But I am not going to be farming those for people anymore. Urgh, I can't farm that. Okay, I might have to farm that. Yeah. Stun guns, guys, suck. I hate stun guns. I really wish there was an easier way to get stun guns. Like, put them in the guild event store or guild store. I know they're in the guild event store. I meant guild store. But yeah. All right. So, this stream is going really long. I am going to go ahead and call it here, guys. Thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you for the donations, guys. Deadpool and Peep, thank you so much. Means a lot to me. I love making videos. Unfortunately, time is kind of hard to come by in my current life. Where I am, RL, comes first. And honestly, I would love to be a lot more active, but unfortunately, my stream got postponed this week. I was planning on streaming on Tuesday, but we had some crazy storms rolling around here. I don't know if you were paying much attention on Tuesday, but the Midwest got hit pretty hard with storms. There were some tornadoes actually in the local area. None hit my house, obviously. I'm still here. But I wasn't going to stream. One, because if power went out, that would just be awkward. And then two, if in the case, in the happenstance that there would be a tornado, I didn't want to be down here streaming and have to just abruptly, shut everything down and go grab my kids and drag them downstairs. So yeah, real life obviously takes precedence. I don't think anybody would argue with that point, but I do love interacting with you guys. This really makes my day. Honestly, I didn't expect to. I honestly didn't intend to stream for half an hour or more than half an hour today, but it just, time flies, guys. Time flies when you're having fun. But Next week I will be shooting for Tuesday, so Tuesday night, put it on your calendars. I will be trying to stream next week on Tuesday. So I believe that will be July 2nd or 3rd. The 3rd, sorry, that is July 3rd. So Tuesday night, July 3rd, put it on your calendars. We are going to stream right meow. All right, guys. So, hey, if you are not already following me on social media, check out my Twitter, my Facebook, my Instagram. I'm a lot more active on Twitter than I am on Instagram or Facebook, but I do love interacting with everybody on all mediums. And of course, leave me a comment, drop it in the comment section below if you have any questions about this stream at all. And I will catch you next time, guys. Out.